Yo, episode 5 of More Design Podcast. Yo, we got the designers of the designers here, bro.
Thank you.
We got my brother Xavier, aka X, coming from the Bronx. We went to FIT together. We're super honored to have you on, bro.
Appreciate you, brother. Thank you for having me, man.
Yeah. Me and X met at FIT.
Yeah.
Two guys from the Bronx in there, and that bitch. Freaking habit. Yeah.
On the courts. I don't know.
On the courts. He was on the courts. I was all over the fucking place at FIT. FIT is it's a straight man's dream to be there with, the ratio is like 10-1 when
it's insane.
It's
funny.
crazy.
The years that I was there, they had a little poster and it said the ratios.
Yeah.
And it was like, if I could remember, it was like 85% women.
Yeah.
It was like 7% like gay men.
Yeah.
And then it was like 8% straight men.
Yeah.
Randomly. And then the sign above it said, water for the thirsties or something like that.
Yeah. I remember that sign. I was like, I remember that.
It was something funny like that. But
yeah.
Just for retrospect, like that was like the odds. You know what I mean?
It was a really good experience, bro.
Yeah.
Tell me about your experiences being at FIT, just being from the Bronx. Was it like a shell shock? Did you love it? Hate it?
It was an interesting experience, man.
What year? What year were we?
2013.
2013. Yeah.
Came in. It's funny, man. Coming from the Bronx, like you automatically come in and people just have like this ideology of you and like what words coming out of your mouth and like
Facts.
just what they expect of you. But I think when I was in college and shit, I was just so worried about myself and like what people thought about me and like that. And of course, like I came in just baggy jeans and like Jordans and just looking fresh off the boat of being from the Bronx and shit like that.
Yeah.
And then, just the way I spoke and stuff, it made other people kind of uncomfortable. I remember one time, like my boy Chazzy came to me, he had a conversation. He was like, "Hey, bro, like we should probably like tone the way you speak down a little bit." And I was like, it's like a big shell shock because nobody has ever like, told me something like that.
Yeah.
It was just interesting to watch myself kind of grow. I think my mom is like the person who's seen me change up so many times. And like, she was like, yo, the minute you entered college, you probably went through like 15, 20 different phases where I was just like wearing different clothes, whether it was like this, preppy look or, baggy clothes or streetwear, whatever the case may be and stuff like that. But FIT was like a huge, like, shift into like my identity, what I wear now.
Yeah.
So honestly, I'm so thankful for FIT.
FIT was dope, man. I maybe because I was a little bit older.
Word.
I came in my fucking self, so I was like, shit, I don't care about any preppy motherfuckers.
Right.
And not like to say like I was on some hood shit, but I was just definitely gonna be me, and I think that's what gravitated people like towards me, or you didn't fuck with me.
Right.
But I was just gonna be myself, just like, what up? Like
I think like having you two, because you was older than me, Chaz was older than me, like it was cool to have like y'all to look up to in a sense, as far as like, like me expressing myself.
Yeah.
You guys were definitely like super like influential and shit like that.
Facts,
I think
bro.
y'all are fucking amazing and shit.
Yeah, bro. Facts. And what you majored in FIT?
So my first 2 years in, I majored in communication design, which is like just the basics of it. They teach you like the hardcore, like the core design programs and shit like that. And then they kind of like fucked me over and shit like that, and I had to like take 2 years off. But when I came back, I studied abroad and shit, and I came back and did packaging design specifically.
Nice.
Yeah, so I do like, right now I do home textiles, but I've worked for like Cookies Cannabis. I've worked for 3 Paradis in France and shit like that.
Fire. And my boy recently got promoted, right? Senior fucking designer. Put some fucking respect on my son's name.
That.
You feel me?
I'm a senior designer at a home and textile
nice
in the city and shit. So we vendor off to like, Target, Walmart, TJ Maxx, Home Goods, shit like that. And
dope.
Just a variety of like home essentials and shit.
Dope.
Packaging design for it, yeah.
Fire. And I know you dip and dabble like in like the fashion industry, especially just being in FIT.
Word.
Like talk to me about like, is that like, I feel like that's a skill set that most people that get into like fashion design or wanting to create their own brand, don't really have that skill set of like Illustrator, Photoshop, just like design in general. How important is that shit?
It's important.
Yeah.
I think that like just understanding at least the basics of those programs will take you a long way. Understanding the basics will open up doors just for yourself. You understand?
Yeah.
Like, you know, so I think that it's extremely crucial that you take the time out to like just teach yourself. You know what I mean? YouTube.
Yeah.
Bro, honestly, like I didn't even need fucking college when I was in college, bro. Like half of the shit that I was also like super fucking advanced in college, and when I was doing homework in class just because like it was so fucking
Shit.
But I think just like if you could take the time and just discipline yourself to YouTube it, like I know every designer, photographer has done that. So they kind of like, but we understand that like after we've been to school and like teachers teach us shit. You know what I mean? We're sitting here on YouTube like, oh fuck, I been knew how to do this shit.
That $50,000 student loan I got, I could have fucking got that shit on YouTube.
Yeah, and you know what's crazy, bro? These motherfuckers, they give you shit like Lynda and shit like that, which is like essentially college online.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But they give it to you as like little assets and shit on the side. It's like, you don't even need this shit. You don't need college, bro. Like, I'm sorry.
I think that's right, bro.
People like they like to go like the traditional route and shit like that. And like FIT was such an amazing experience for me. Just like I think personally with finding myself and who I was, but like educationally, I can't say that like they taught me like so much new shit that like you know, I take it home and like
it's the connections you make, especially I think FIT.
That's all it's about.
That you're gonna get Parsons as well, but like especially like in the fashion or the design industry, you kind of want to have those connections. But hypothetically, like could you just like go online and kind of get all of like Photoshop and Illustrator and everything else and kind of just start learning?
Bro, nowadays like. You can be you can consider yourself a professor without legally having the title of professor, as long as you have a great ass YouTube stream, you know what I mean, or a great following. People are just looking towards your YouTube videos to help self teach themselves. You know what I mean? Yeah. I think like I self taught myself how to do 3D shit off of this one dude. Yeah, I watched, and he was so thorough and shit. He would do like from the very first, and it'd be like 32 videos that I'm on. I'm going through.
That's fire,
so I think
bro.
like. If somebody is disciplined enough to be like, all right, I want to teach people, like, you can be just equally as disciplined.
Facts. And that's why I think everyone should like get that skill set underneath their belt to really just learn Photoshop and Illustrator. Because how much would you fucking charge for a fucking logo? Like a design, like designs aren't fucking cheap. Like when finding a really good graphic designer, it takes time, but then also if they're just like freelance and not technically like a part of your team,
right,
or don't really fucking believe with whatever you got going, it's really hard to find like, or it's going to be expensive.
Right. I hate the question, like how much you charge.
Not saying how much, but range. It could be expensive, right?
Yo, bro, honestly, like I don't mean to like toot my horn because like I'm not nice. Like I'm a great designer, but I give some of the best prices out there, bro. Just based off because like a lot of people come to me off of references, like, hey, like my homegirl, my homeboy was like, hey, like you're a good designer, whatever the case may be. So if you are in my DMs, like, yo, like this specific person kind of referenced you, like to put me on and shit like that, I'll give you like I usually, bro, do like in increments of hundreds, bro. Yeah. So like,
and you nice, bro. Like I'm literally saying not just because he's here. I wouldn't have X on the podcast as well, giving insights on design if he wasn't nice. X is fucking nice.
Appreciate
and we'll have you'll have that Instagram handle here, but X is fucking nice. But yeah, sorry about that.
No, good. What was I saying again?
You were saying when I was just asking, like, yo, like just learning Illustrator and Photoshop just to make designs is probably more cost effective than actually fucking just hiring
unless
someone.
Like you're like super creative and like just want to straight art direct this shit. And like you know what I mean. It's I think like if you're smart enough, you kind of know like how you want to do shit. Like I've been a part of projects where it's like the person's like, here, do this shit. You know what I mean? Like, and I hate that. Because like I feel like if you're especially like a fashion designer or owner or whatever the case may be, like you should have some
more direction. Direction and shit, right?
You know what I mean? But yeah, I just think that like the direction you take like as a owner, as far as like, all right, I know that I want to be a creative director. Like that is a significant difference between like, all right, I'm gonna hire somebody to just do a graphic design.
Yeah.
Like I said, Chaz, for example, we started like a brand together, and he was like, yo, I'm not doing no designing, bro.
Yeah.
You know, so I'm gonna have my boys who are in school and shit like that. We're gonna do shit like I'll have them design and shit like that, which is super, super dope because Chaz is super, super creative and shit like that. So to be able to like work hand in hand with your dogs and shit.
Yeah.
Like,
Chaz went to FIT with us.
Yeah.
Shout out to Chaz. I used to bust Chaz ass and Vals. Chaz was good. Chaz used to be good, bro.
Oh yeah,
he was good.
That boy could ball.
Yeah.
His old basketball.
Yeah, Chaz was dope.
I mean, he was also supposed to go to the A,
Yeah?
Yeah. He got a bad injury and shit like that in college.
Oh shit, I never knew that. I know he did play ball somewhere else, but you could tell that
he played at Duke.
Word?
Yeah, he like played at Duke for a while.
Like on the team?
Yeah, you can ask him.
Oh shit, I gotta look this up.
I don't want to embarrass him. There's a special video of somebody dunking on him.
Oh, word?
Who's in the A? Yeah.
Oh wow, yeah. He gotta show me that.
Retired this shit. It was a long.
Oh, he gotta show me that. Okay, I gotta check that out.
Gonna be mad as shit.
Shout out to Chaz. Chaz was fly too, bro.
Yeah,
I remember when I met Chaz, and I think I met both of y'all at the same time. I was like, oh, these motherfuckers is fly, bro.
Yeah. Thank you, appreciate
FIT,
that.
you definitely want to find some inspiration on just like people that just get fly on the regular, bro.
Right,
I felt like that was one thing going to FIT. Like, it's like no days off. Like sometimes you could come in with like some sweats and shit, but like really most of the time, like
you didn't want to though.
Yeah, you don't want to because the girls are coming in fly. And you really want to get fly for the girls. And I'm really like my mom used to be like, yo, what you getting fly for?
Right,
like you going for work? Or school? Like ain't you supposed to be learning? I'm like, I'm doing both, mom.
Right.
I'm here to, do.
I mean, when
both.
you sit in here, you going to school and you got an Urban Outfitter outfit, and
Facts,
then the person next to you is wearing, fresh out of Nordstrom, $2,000 outfit.
Facts.
Start making you reconsider
life, bro.
Right.
And as a kid, you are like necessarily like now as you're older, you're kind of like I'm gonna be fucking comfortable.
Bro, I didn't give a fuck about clothes until I met y'all niggas.
Yeah.
Honestly, if I'm being real, like I was always on my sneaker shit, like in high school and shit. Like I wore like polo and shit like that. You can get at like Macy's and shit like that. But like to research brands that are like not very known but fire and shit like that wasn't me ever. You know what I mean? Like give me the newest Jordans. You know what I mean? At the time. But
sneaker culture at that time, like 2013, 2014, was still like super big.
It was insane.
This is before StockX. This is before
this was Facebook Market.
Yeah, this is
only.
like Facebook Market.
Yeah.
This is like really like sneaker resellers, like still Craigslist. Yes, could possibly get jumped if you met with the wrong people.
Bro, we used to go at least 5 deep with every sneaker transaction. It didn't matter if it was one sneaker or fucking 10, bro.
Yeah, my little brother. Yeah. He used to fucking be selling sneakers
on 42nd Street and
meet
like
a motherfucking McDonald's or something and make sure the police is ready.
You see,
yo, come on.
I was smart, bro. I would do shit like I would be like, yo, meet me inside Chase Bank, right?
Ooh.
And I always had a Chase Bank account, whatever the case may be. And a lot of times, everything was cash transactions, bro.
Yeah.
I would take their cash and immediately put it in the bank.
Yep.
I didn't know if
you
it
ain't
was
fucking robbing me.
Right. Nothing. But even like fuck the robbing. You're not about to give me fake money, bro. That would be the worst. At least I get to put up a fight. You know what I mean? But I think my biggest thing was counterfeit money at the time. You know what I mean? So
that makes sense.
I would like immediately put my shit in the bank.
Yeah.
And like, all go, you walk out with your sneakers. But
that's smart. That's smart.
Like
have you ever gotten counterfeit money? But you've heard. At that time.
I found counterfeit money, bro. That's when I was walking one day and I seen just $100 bill. I'm always like 4 a.m. I see $100 bill on the floor. All right, so I grabbed this shit, bro. And I was always the type of dude that like I would do shit like take 100 and just put it in my wallet and forget about it. You know what I mean? So I was like, oh, this is my little safety money. So I took the 100, put it in my wallet, bro, and I forgot about it for like 2-3 months, bro.
Wow.
And randomly I was like, oh shit. I got $100 bill. You know what I mean? Go spend this. You're not gonna spend a fake $100 bill because it was an embarrassing moment for myself. But
fuck it.
It was. You know what I mean? It wasn't on purpose. I swear. But back in them days, bro, sneakers.
Yeah, that sneaker culture was different. You cared more about the sneakers than the actual drip itself. So
100%.
Yeah, FIT. Yeah, good times, man. Good times. What's some brands that you fuck with right now that really design, like as a designer, like what are you looking for like in clothing, or are you real like minimal? Like
I'm very minimal, but I'm big on like silhouettes.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So like for example, I like the stacking, the flared shit, the wide pants. I'm into that.
Nice.
But prior to that, all I wore was skinny jeans. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
But like,
I remember. I'm thinking about that. I'm like, yeah.
It's been 2 years since I even wore denim, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's funny. I have a pair of denim I was gonna wear today. I was like, oh, let me look halfway decent because I know these guys be some fly ass people. But yeah, it's funny. I put on these fucking stupid ass flared denim jeans. I was like, what the fuck am I wearing? Like, it made me feel uncomfortable, but like I was self-conscious about myself.
Yeah, I've been wearing parachute pants a lot.
Right.
And I'm sure people are going to see me wear like the same pants here and there, but like it's fucking comfortable, bro. Like I love it, bro. And I think that's the one thing that you really just got to focus on. It's just, you know, I got a kid. I'm technically a dad. I'm like unc to some people, bro. So it's like I really want to be comfortable most of the time, bro. And still try to be looking decent as I can, but yeah, for sure. So silhouettes, jeans. What brands you messing with right now?
I fuck with Pleasures, bro.
Pleasures is fire.
I fuck with them just solely because like you know that like they paying their graphic designer, whoever that motherfucker is, they paying him. But two, like the many different directions that they go off in, like, you know, it's just not one person designing this work. You know, it's a team who are like thoroughly just like, hey, we're gonna like create some different shit.
Yeah, Pleasures is dope.
I think Pleasures is like a big brand that I think this shit I'm fucking with a lot.
I seen this recently, a video of I don't know what the guy's name is, but he talked about how the graphic design in the West Coast for clothing is better than the East Coast, and he's not shitting on like anybody on the East Coast. He's just saying like there's a bigger influence in graphic design in the West Coast, and Pleasures is from the West Coast.
It is.
And Crazy Pleasures left a comment underneath the video like, thank you, bro, like to him. I forgot what was his name, but I don't know. What do you think?
I would like to actually know like who their designers, where they come from, because bro, a lot of people like they reach out to like New Yorkers, bro. Like from my experience, like, you know, working at Cookies and shit, like everybody who like I worked with at Cookies, they were all from New York. You know what I mean? And like, you know, Virginia is another state where they like New Yorkers to, you know, design for them and shit like that. So I think like, you know, if they're all like from California, then fuck it, you know what I mean? Like, let's see the comparison.
He was just trying to really say, that's a good thing too. That's a good question too, because you don't know if it's like New York designers. These are West Coast brands, right? But you don't know where the actual designers are actually coming from.
A New Yorker could go to Cali and we can alter our design for West Coast, and it could be a collaboration of just like, you know, design styles. You know what I mean? Like if I went to California, I would bring my style from where, you know, the Bronx. You know what I mean? Like, you know, I've always incorporated where I came from in my design somehow or another. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I think that like, you know, that's a huge question to ask before even like comparing. You know,
that makes sense, yeah. Because the West Coast, when I started to take a look at some of the designs, the graphic designs, they're like big printed, like West Coast, or graphic designs. Yeah. They're all over, like the back. But you know, it started like a huge argument in the comment section, and I don't think he was really saying like, yo, East Coast can't dress better than West Coast, because I think anyone knows that us New York motherfuckers, we get jiggy, we get down, bro. Like, whether it's just like not only graphic design, like we're the whole drip, silhouette, everything. I think, East Coast got it, New York got it.
But I don't know. It's a tough question. And like, what style, right? Because like West Coast is such a like. I think when I think of West Coast, I think of just like the traditional, like super wild style graffiti shit. Yeah. There's a famous graphic designer. I forget his name. He's like completely paved the way for like the whole Death Row shirts with like the graphics and like, you know, like all the crazy shit. So I think like if you're talking about like more or less that direction, I think like West Coast got it.
Yeah.
They have that
I guess
shit.
And what I'm saying is like, just putting the shit on, and I don't think
like
just
graphic
it. Yeah, like not putting like,
that's a bold statement.
Yeah, not saying graphic design. I'm just saying I think New Yorkers just dress better.
I agree.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying when it comes to graphic design, I think that's a really good debate, right? Like if you're looking at like Supreme, Awake, Stussy, you're looking at certain brands here in the East Coast. versus like some of the brands in the West Coast.
Right.
Pleasures. Shit. You got so many.
Yeah, Calabasas is a cool one.
Yeah.
They're like trying to change up like pants and denim and shit like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
There's a few. I don't know. It's tough. That's a tough question.
We got to get more. In, I think we could do a whole episode on just like East Coast versus West Coast.
I feel like we'd be biased as fuck.
Yeah, I'm
like,
biased.
Yeah, like
I'm in New York. I'm not gonna say somebody.
Like Fashion Week is in New York. Baby.
Yeah,
they ain't in Cali.
I ain't telling. Yeah. Oh yeah. Drop the fucking mic after that. Yeah,
you know what I mean. So like, I don't know. I think that's a super controversial. You'd have to get somebody from like Idaho who's like in fashion.
And don't get me wrong. There's some fly motherfuckers out there in the West Coast. I love what YG be doing, how he kind of be mixing like the hood shit with the loafers and shit like that. That's fine.
He's jiggy. I fuck with him a lot.
Yeah.
I think he is in a way like making himself a little vulnerable just because like he's so quote unquote gangster. I don't know, where his background and shit. But I think, coming from Cali and trying to do some wacky shit like that, it ain't easy for people. It ain't easy,
but it's smooth. And that's why I think, like, when you say streetwear, it's like, bro, it's like formal. Like it could be formal, it could be like street, it could be casual.
Right.
Like there's so many. If it's not high end, it's like everything underneath.
Right.
And I think that's really where like you see like someone like a YG who, every video or every, thing that they do is like red bumped in flags, everything. But then now like he's starting to mature. He could get the loafers with the slacks and still make it look kind of fire with the shades and shit. So shout out to the West Coast. Definitely. I'm biased though, but shout out to the West Coast though.
I fuck with the West Coast a lot, but always New York.
What's your dream brand if you could design for them? Like what brand? Fashion wise,
just in general, like
let's do fashion, and then you can give me another one after. But fashion wise,
I would like. I'm all about making myself uncomfortable and like new experiences, teaching myself new shit. I would like to see like what I would do like with Palace. I fuck with Palace heavy. I would like to see what I could do with Palace, just because like they're huge on like collaborating and like I just fuck with their style a lot.
Palace is fire.
Yeah, I feel like they're overtaking Supreme. Like
Palace has been super consistent, man.
I don't know if you guys seen this collection that they released, bro.
With Levi's?
Nah, just the like newest Palace collection. Like over the last few weeks, they just
for sure. I just copped a camo. I copped my first Palace jacket, and I love it, bro. I just showed my brother in the car. I'm wearing that shit every fucking day, bro.
Bro. They do like. I copped like the Gore-Tex collaboration they did. That shit was tough.
Yeah.
I just got like the kanji hat that they released and the puffer hat, bro.
I haven't seen that.
You have the one that's like the same fucking fabric as like a
the actual puffer?
Yo, bro.
No, I haven't seen it.
It's nutty.
Have you been to the store?
I haven't been to the store. I'm not really big.
I haven't been to the store yet. It's in Soho, but I haven't been to it. But I hear it's a really cool shopping experience. They got like a fucking fountain with a little fucking angel and shit like that. I gotta make my way up there.
I went to the one in London. I went to the Palace store in London, and that was interesting. They have London is fucking dope, by the way, for fashion, bro.
Yeah.
Yo.
Yeah. They get jiggy out there.
Not only do they care about fashion, they care about like your experience walking to the fucking store, bro. Like
nice.
Yeah, I went to a store like. You could like try on clothes and then lay on the bed that they had. It was just random as shit, bro. Honestly, I don't even remember the brand. It was this Asian brand.
Yeah.
They were like almost like an Ed Hardy type brand, like super like
nice.
They had like animals and like tigers and shit like that. But
fire.
I don't even think it was more about the brand that I fucked with, but just more about the experience and itself.
So and I think that sometimes be missing, like in certain like stores now or retailers. You really got to make the shopping experience like dope.
100%.
There's a few stores in Soho that I won't say any fucking names, but like you walk in that bitch and it's like they won't even say fucking hello to you. It's nasty fucking work. You want me to buy some shit? You might be judging me. You may not be. I may not be like the cool clicked up motherfucker, but like
100%.
some shitty ass experience. But that's good that you had a good one.
Yeah, for sure.
So Palace.
Yeah, Palace definitely. I would do Palace.
What's some brands that need a revamp in their designs?
Fuck. So,
like you've seen a collection drop out and you're like, like it felt mid. Like,
I'd have to think about that then.
Yeah.
I think a lot of Supreme shit has just been mid for like the last few years.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think I don't know what. I think they had like their art director quit or something.
Yeah,
like that.
Tremaine from Denim Tears.
Yeah.
Hopefully I'm saying his name right.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I think
Even before then, though.
Essentials is
Oh,
really
yeah.
bad, bro.
Yeah.
And it's funny because I have Essentials at home. Like,
Yeah.
like I bought it and I was just like, what the fuck did I buy?
It's very mid. I don't think that they knew. I think when Jerry put that out there for Essentials, I don't know if he knew how big that shit was gonna be. You know, like how it's kind of spread like wildfire.
Yeah, I think there's two curses for fashion, bro. It's music curse, where like music industry can completely ruin your brand.
Yep.
And the hood.
Mm-hmm.
If too many motherfuckers in the hood is wearing your shit, bro, they're gonna fuck your shit up. Unfortunately, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, because it's just nasty work with like 100%. You know, like, you've seen the fucking meme that don't wear the denim tears, the red and white suit with the red and white 12s that are coming out.
Yeah, I think I seen it. Somebody sent me a picture, or maybe I seen it on TikTok. I can't remember, but it was literally somebody just captured a picture of like at Penn Station. Yeah, and literally in that one picture, it was like 10 motherfuckers wearing denim tears. And I was just like, yo, this is insane. Like the way that this shit is spreading, like it's like Amiri and like all of this shit. But like, if you think, who the fuck made Amiri go down the drain? Yeah, like they'll give you the peakest of the all rappers. Peaks, yeah, you know what I mean. But like the minute Pop Smoke said that he's wearing Amiris, or the minute A Boogie was like, yo, I'm wearing fucking Amiris in these songs, bro. Like, yeah, and it's funny because like it's also like a level of rapper who can like fuck your shit up, you know what I mean? And unfortunately, like that's the reality. Like recently I never heard of like Lam Van, never heard of that. And then I heard 21 Savage say Lam Van, and now I can't fucking stop seeing Lam Van everywhere. You know what I mean? Or like Drake mentions Van Cleef, and now everybody wants a fucking Van Cleef necklace, you know? So yeah, it's good for them in the sense of like, oh shit, like we're gonna pop for this like this month and shit like that, or this year and shit. But then like people who are like, yo, everybody's wearing fucking Van Cleef. This shit is trash. It gets trash. It gets worded out. And I'm sure like as the brand owner, you're kind of like, you have no control of it. Right. Like you might have sent them some pieces, and maybe they just caught on and they put it in the song, and you see those orders go up, but then it does kind of get watered down. And that's the scary thing, I think, as just like having a brand where it's like you don't want to get too hot too quick, where it's like now it's like y'all only know about me because of this person. Right. And then now it's like, okay, nobody want to fuck with me. But yeah, Supreme's been a little mid. I think what really saves them is really like their collabs, which they're kind of putting a little bit more emphasis on. But the North Face collabs that they do every year is always like, I feel like fire, like just, you know, similar to like Palace, like but Palace, just everything just really been slapping. It slaps stuff. Really fire. I think another good brand too is This Is Never That. I don't know if you ever heard of them. No, This Is Never That. Very, very simple brand. They have a store. They just opened up one in the city. To me, it reminds me of like the male Aritzia. I don't know if you ever heard of that store. No. It's like really the Aritzia jackets, bro. Maybe I'm pronouncing it wrong. Yeah, no. It's like AR. It has a Z somewhere in there, bro. Oh, okay. Yeah. I don't. Yeah. Everybody last year was wearing like the puffer coats from them. And shit. Yep. But don't get me wrong, they got some good quality shit. You know what I mean? Like great quality shit. My girl has a coat from them. And shit. Fire. But I feel like they're like the male version of them. A little bit more expensive, but really good quality. You should definitely look into them. Yeah, I gotta look into that. We're gonna put that on there as a short. So we'll give them a little bit of a shout out. What do you got going on? Like any personal projects outside of work that you messing with right now? I took a break, bro. It was just bro. Shouts out to all the designers, bro. We get fucked. Yeah, so bad, bro. I took one up recently, just because like he's a good dude, and I've worked with him in the past, and even him, we've had like a fair share of like, you know what I mean, but I haven't been doing the freelancing shit just because like I work so much, and it, bro, mentally it takes a lot from you, bro. Like, yeah, like especially like people like expect the most from you, bro, for like the cheapest prices. You know what I mean? So yeah, I steered away like after cookies, especially after cookies, bro. I had to, bro. That refresh, that restart, right? Yes, I had to, because it was a good restart, just because like I got to take the time to hone in on my skill set as like, you know, home textile designer and shit like that. I've literally jumped every year. I'm like working somewhere else, trying to like build up some like experience somewhere else. You know what I mean? But yeah, man. freelancing has just taken a toll on me and shit.
Yeah.
Mentally. So like I said, I'm taking a break from it. I think soon I should be like opening up to it. I think I did the Three Paradise thing, which was like this big uh, fashion brand in Paris. We did for Fashion Week in June and shit.
Fire.
So I did like the invitation for that and shit. That was like my last big project in June. But yeah, that's just
Fire.
It's been
Fire.
smooth sailing. Can't really complain
Yeah,
on that part.
yeah. That's dope, man.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
I can see you starting up like your own like design studio or something of that nature.
Right.
When you get the time or
That's
the
been
space,
dream, bro.
it's yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure you can make it happen. I think the thing with that is like, of course, you need like a team and shit, right?
It was funny, bro. So I've been developing my team, bro. I've been developing a whole bunch of shit for like since I graduated college.
Yeah.
But essentially, I have something called 1 to 7, and everything is based off of 1 to 7. So it's 7 design elements. You know what I mean? The 7 design steps, and just in designing in general. And from there, you know what I mean. We'll have like 7 departments. You'll work within one. It's like a whole bunch of things. You know what I mean? So, and through the years, I've met photographers, graphic designers, videographers, everything, bro, to the point where I'm like, hey, like, this is my idea. I got an LLC and this shit and everything, bro.
Yeah.
So it's in the works.
Yeah.
But when I get projects and shit, I have people, I'm like, hey, you want to make some money? Like, we'll collaborate on the shit. And shouts out to them. They know who they are.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I have a team, bro. And it's just about like the finances. It's about like,
timing.
Right.
Timing.
And it's so like hard to get a fucking studio and a design studio and be
in
trusted
New York,
with,
right?
bro. In New York, bro. These big ass firms and shit, bro. It's tough, but that's the goal in the future. You know what I mean? Like,
you're gonna make it happen, bro.
I appreciate that, bro.
You're gonna make it happen, bro. That just made me happy, just to kind of you sharing a little bit into just the name of the company and just where you want to go.
Right. I appreciate you,
because you got to protect your IP, you know?
Right.
You got to protect your ideas and shit like that. But thank you for sharing that. And I love to see my bros win. So you definitely,
likewise, bro.
you definitely gotta get that up going, man.
Nobody's doing that thing more than Brian himself. I gotta say, bro, I really, like I told you, a few nights ago, like you've been definitely a big inspiration on just taking risks, bro. You know what I mean? Like even coming on here, I'm a super nervous person. I don't really like to talk and shit like that. You took the risk to have me on here, so why not take the risk to be here? But like I said, you've been a huge influence in just taking control, being disciplined, and making sure that you're confident behind the decisions that you make.
Yeah, bro. I think that's the most important thing, bro. Right. And thank you for sharing that, bro. Like that was like really like a wow factor that you kind of gave me. I don't really have a lot of people that give me my flowers.
Right.
I'm not saying that I even deserve any flowers, but you're right. Like just taking these risks, man, because
these are financial risks too, bro.
Yeah,
it's not just like I'm gonna take a little risk on wearing this, or you know what I mean, spending this little money here.
Yeah,
bro.
I put my money where it needs to be, and for sure, it's definitely some risk there. I could be driving this, I could be flying here, I could just take that money and just save it, or I have a kid too, so. You got to take those risks for things that you want, because we live in a generation now where you can, man.
Right.
You can really make what you want happen. And I'm a firm believer that. I was telling my brother on the way here, it's like I'm no different than anyone else. I just try to execute as good as I can. There's days that like I'm fucking the laziest person in the world,
right? And
there's days that like I really need to like knock out a few things like on my to-do list. But you take those risks, and that's why I'm so happy that you shared like, yo, this is what I want to do, because I know even though you've been working on this shit since like after you got out of college, it's just like, like Larry June said, like 60 days. It just takes 60 days sometimes to kind of really change shit, man. So whenever
it's about making it a routine, right?
Yeah.
Like, my mom, she's got on like this big like losing weight binge and shit. And prior to that, because she's always like done it and fell off and shit like that. I was like, Ma, like if you could just like make anything a routine, it's no longer like a habit. It's no longer like you forcing yourself to do something. It's you just living your life at that point. You know what I mean? Like, and it's funny. I made the conscious decision to quit soda and shit. So I've been drinking a lot of water. You know what I mean? But even that shit take discipline in and of itself. You know what I mean?
Fire.
So I think, you know, my girl brought up to me, she was like, yo, babe, we should do the 75-day challenge. And I was like, what's that? And she was like, well, that's where you don't drink alcohol for 75 days. You work out like 2 days out the week. And of those 2 days, one of those days, you got to like leave the house.
Mm-hmm.
You got to read a book that is like entrepreneurship in some way, or like, you know, self-advocating in a way. And you have to do one more thing. I think invest. You have to save somehow. So you do these things for 75 days. And if you do these things for 75 days, overall, you as a human being is supposed to be like a balanced out, disciplined person in like your decisions that you're making.
That's
you know
over 2 months too, man.
But also like, you gotta like know yourself as a person and like your own limitations. I think like if you take on too much too fast, you fuck yourself.
For sure.
So I told my girl, I was like, hey, well, we don't drink. So we should probably like substitute that.
Yeah, maybe.
I was like, hey, like all we do is smoke. I started giving myself fucking. This is where the discipline comes in. I started giving myself fucking like little like, oh, you could do this just because, you know, if you lower the amounts of it. You know, like that's
increments, right?
Right, but like it's not necessarily solving anything.
It's not. But it's a start, right? And you know yourself. If you know you're not like a freaking addict, or you know you're maybe you work out already like twice a week, but now you maybe want to push it up to 4. You got to know yourself like schedule wise and shit like that. But 100%. Of course, there's always time and stuff like that. But listen, when you got a partner or you got someone that's there to push you or challenge you, I think that's like super important too. So that's dope. Yeah, your girl's dope.
Thank you, man.
She like my girl. We gonna get it. We got to get a double date going.
For sure.
But thank you for coming, bro.
I appreciate you, brother. Thank you.
Let people know where they can find you and shit like that.
Oh, xvisuals, man. xvisuals.s.
Yeah, facts. He's not taking too much on right now, but shoot him a DM. Maybe if the project's
if you
right.
come from the right place in heart, man, you know, to my New Yorkers and shit, especially to my people from the Bronx, like I always look out for you. You know what I mean? If you have, you know, a good direction, if something, you know, you trying to change the world in some way or another, you know what I mean? Like I always look out for those type of people, and I'll try to definitely, you know, free up the space to do it, especially for my dogs. You know, any of my dogs come to me for work. You know,
facts. Yeah, we done some work together too. So always a good experience, man.
For sure, man. For sure.
Well, thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you. Please like, share, subscribe. More Than Design Podcast, the best effing fashion podcast in the world. Later.